Yeah, looks like I gotta get the truck set up. It's time to fish again. Well, let's see what we can do. Alright folks, I'm on one of my little creeks here. If you recognize where I'm fishing, please don't say where it is. A lot of us depend on some of these smaller intimate pieces of water for our own local fishing, and we don't need to over promote a place that's been already over promoted. So if you know where it is, don't comment on it. But it's a nice beautiful spring day. I got a few hours to fish for myself, so I'm gonna go fishing to see what I can find. I'm here in the West End, I will say that. So just gotta see what's happening. There might be a brown trout left in here. There could be some steelhead coming or going. These little creeks here, the fish do get in, the steelhead do get in and spawn pretty early because this water does warm up really fast. It gets into spawning temperature, so it's not unusual to find fish right now coming and going. So we're just gonna cover some water for a little bit, fish this pool, see what happens. Hey folks, be nice to me. I'm self-videoing today. Apologize for the goofy stuff on the camera. Alright, this creek we haven't had a lot of rain in a while. Things are getting kind of dry this spring and the water's really clear. So I'm going to make my first pass through here with a white zonker. Hopefully we'll find a hungry steelhead, maybe even a brown. There might still be a brown trout left, but at this stage I suspect most of my browns are gone. So let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Come on, buddy, back up here. It's just you, me, and the camera. I don't have any camera guy to chase me downriver today. Come to think of it, I don't have a net guy. Oh. They say don't put slack in a fish. Yeah. What happens, you're all by yourself. There we go. Now we can deal with it. Come here, buddy. Well, you are plucky. This water's got to be in the upper 40s the way he's fighting. This fish is fighting. Oh! Standing on the lanyard. Try it again. Oh boy, now I'm tangled up with all my stuff. Come on, sweetie. Let's go. And yeah. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Fun trying to fish by yourself and not have a net guy. The old white zonker did its job. Doesn't look too white because of the mud. But a nice little creek rainbow eating the zonker. I'm going to get the fly out of her and send her on her way. Alright, sweetie. See ya. Good luck to you. There you go. Trying to recover fast in this water. Oh, that was a pretty little spawned out hen steely, which is very typical for here. Like I might have mentioned earlier, and this creek does warm up very early in the season, and the spawning does go off very early. Yeah, it's generally this year I would suspect most of the spawning happened probably 2-3 weeks ago, and it's a long creek, so it takes a while for the fish to come back down. So I'm quite sure she was way high and it's just eating her way out. And as you can tell, that was a pretty good eat, and she was plucky. My hands are cold. I'm quite sure that water temperature is probably, I'm guessing, in the upper 40s, maybe 50. I doubt it, but probably upper 40s. And I just want to get my fingertips warmed back up. But yeah, that was a cool fish. They're a lot of fun. They don't have to be big to be fun. She was fun. And of course, I'm by myself, so yeah, that was quite a cluster trying to get her in the net. Ooh, it is skinny. Go. All right, I just swing through this run quite a bit and just got the one little rainbow steely hen there, and so now I'm going to do is complete gear change. There's no sense of changing flies. I need to do in a situation like this change presentation. I was doing a swing hoping to get a fish to chase. We did. We got a nice little spunky hen steely. That was a lot of fun. Now I'm going to go to this little critter here. Hopefully the camera, since there's an egg pattern, and we're going to play a little game with this egg pattern. Mention down in the comments if one, you know the name of the fly, but also who created the fly. The only tip I'm going to give you, it was a good friend of mine that did it. But we're going to see anybody that knows the old, some history going on here. So this is a little history quiz. Who came up with this fly pattern, the guy's name, and let's just have some fun and mention down in the comments if you know. So all I'm going to say is it was a friend of mine. It's also one of the more effective egg patterns that I know. And in this clear water, this fly works really well. So we're going to have to break out the drift management device, do some precise. Just got bombed by a goose. Some precise drifting. The geese are starting to pair up, so they're getting a little snotty when I'm in their favorite place. Mad at me, honking. But anyways, she'll get over it. We'll give this a try, see if the egg bite and egg pattern will trigger an extra fish, and just give it a shot. Worked that water pretty thoroughly for quite a while with the mystery egg fly. Like I said in the comments, if you know the history behind it, name of the fly, put it down in the comments. It'd be kind of interesting to see who remembers the pattern and the creator of the fly pattern. Anyways, I covered this water pretty good with the egg pattern, and with this egg fly, if you know the history behind it, you'll know if I didn't pick a fish up, there's nothing there. Either there's nothing there, there's nothing interested. So I'm going to kind of call this spot for the day and maybe try somewhere else depending on how I feel. But real quick here, everybody keeps asking us about the gear and what we use for rods and everything else. This is a 10.5 foot 6 weight. I do line, it's a little stiff in the butt, so I line it for a 7 with a nice switch handle in it. Rod that I like for the creeks. It's got a nice able click drag, makes a lot of noise when we hook a fish, pretty sound to the reel, that's why I like it. I got it set up for indicator fishing right now. However, what I do is I got a really short OPS Skagit head on it. I'm thinking like 14 feet with about a 12 foot floating tip on it. The whole thing weighs around 350, 375, I'm guessing. I can't remember, but as you can tell, it casts really good. Works good in these small, intimate little creeks. Nice soft rod, really sporting for these fish. So this is my creek rod right here that I use. Now, the running line on it is some mono OPS. I did it just because they're real small and I wanted to, for line capacity issues, I ran to mono. So this is basically the rod. The other thing is I'm just working a whole floating system, like I said, a floating tip. So I got about a 10-foot leader on it. So if I'm swinging in these small creeks, I rarely use a tip, because quite often all I do is just easy to put a BB or two a shot on, because these slots are so narrow. I need to get that fly in that slot. So that's why I don't usually use tips in these creeks. I'll go old school, so to speak, and just, but make sure that I'm not on the bottom. Just pull the fly down a little bit and let it swing, because you got to be a lot more pinpoint precise in these smaller creeks. So the holding ears of these fish are a lot more tighter. So if you go with a floating rig, a long leader, and a couple of BBs, 1 or 2, 3, depending on the water flow, you can be really pinpoint precise where you swing your fly. So when you're swinging here with the drift management device, bobber, indicator, whatever you want to call it, I'll suspend the weight underneath that so I get a nice clean drift, because some of these creeks can be a little bit dirty, and I want the fly to just kind of real softly. So I'll actually carry the weight under these. So that's why I use the big floats, heavier floats in here, so I can carry a little bit of weight, get it down, and get a nice little drift. And once again, with the floats, you can get it right into the spot where you think the fish are sitting. So that's the rig that I use. Well, I'm going to just call it a day. I've been out for a few hours, a couple 3 hours. I didn't spend a lot of time here, but we got one fish. Got it on a swing, which is awesome, on a white zonker, which is great, and a cute little female. Gave us a really nice fight. But anyways, I'm gonna call it for the day. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found a couple little useful tips in this whole thing. And we're gonna be doing a lot more. So as always, I keep begging, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon. We got a lot of fishing reports coming. We have a lot of other fishing videos coming. So just hit the old subscribe and the bell icon, and you'll catch our stuff as they're coming. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Jay at JPEG Guides and Lost River Fishing. We are a year-round fly fishing catch and release guide service. We fish the Lake Ontario tributaries, and then during the spring and the summer we also fish the inland trout streams, classic dry fly fishing. During the heat of the summer we will do the warm water fishing for bass and pike. If you're interested in any of our outings or have any questions, please feel free to email us at fish@lostriversfishing.com. Hope to hear from you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.